Welcome back to another episode of The Silent Age. Last time we left off, we were about to go through the trap door. Alrighty. I'm guessing these are wine bottles. That's a lot of wine for one guy. That sure is. Let's see, we've got a door. Door's locked but doesn't feel too solid. Drawings. Looks like floor plans for the house with a lot of handwritten notes. Lambert's been planning a lot of renovations. What is Lambert planning? Is that a time machine? Let's see what the blueprints say. They're blueprints for a time machine. Don't exactly have an engineering degree, but I say so on the drawings. Spherical contraption. Science-y. Ooh, oscilloscope. No idea what it does. We have a tanning bulb. Guess even scientists want to look their best. Full of electric parts. Trash can? I've been in this job for too long. I can't even walk by a trash can anymore without checking if it needs emptying. Haha. Funny. Alrighty. Yep. Okay, desk lamp.
No.
Too big to fit inside. Alrighty. Not many options here. Let's go back up. Can't use that one. I guess we could try the lamp in the front room. That one might take it. It's worth a shot. Ooh, it's bright. Hey, time machine's working again. Abuse. Oh, Lambert, there's a tree at your front door. There's an axe there, I can't reach it there though. There's some tough vines. Alrighty. It doesn't even look like I can get through that other door, so I'm not even gonna try. Barrel. Empty barrel. What's in this barrel? Water collection system. Assuming it's full of water then. Vegetables. Fireplace? Been a while since it saw any use. Vegetables. A dried twig. Guess I put stranger things to good use. Well, now that this works, let's see what we got downstairs. Wow, those renovations you did, Lambert, were pretty impressive. A lot lighter than I thought it would be. Ah, it's a fire extinguisher. It needs to be filled up first. Alrighty then. Guessing none of these doors open. They're all steel now. Lambert did some work on the place. There's enough food to survive a month. Wow. It's locked. And this door used to be wood. And this wasn't there before. So I'm guessing due to the empty random wine bottle missing, we need to fill that. So, see what's in here. Photo lab. Small dark room over here, red bulb, photo equipment developer. It's got everything. Bunch of drawings and floor plans of a big building. Wait, this is my workplace. This is Archon. Why would he have blueprints to Archon? The Mark II. This drawing is very complicated, but the outline of it looks a lot like the time machine I have. something. According to these other blueprints, this was Lambert's first version of the time machine. It looks completely abandoned, though. It's full of oil. Probably need water for this. Brilliant. You've outdone yourself this time, Joe. Wow. Stick? Oily twig. Okay. What the hell are we gonna do with the oily twig? Oh, you know what? I bet I know what we need to do. So there's the vines out front. We need to get rid of. I have an idea, but we're gonna have to do it in stages. So this has water. So we're gonna need. Okay, all filled up. It actually worked. Which means my original idea might actually work. We need to burn the vines. Okay, whatever I have in mind, I need to do this quick. And it's right. You have to take a flaming stick 40 years into the future. Let's see if this works. Ooh, it worked a little better than I thought it would. Alright. Done play with fire for today. It's stuck in there pretty good, but I got it. Have an axe. Alrighty. Let's go chop us down a door. Let's hope this works. Sweet. Alrighty. Shelves. A couple notebooks here. March 11th. Prepared a logbook document process. This is just in case something happens to me and someone else needs to continue my work. It's been just under a month since I left Archon. For what little I've heard, they seem to be pushing ahead with more time travel trials despite all the setbacks. Fools, every last one of them. June 16th. Preliminary build plans for my own homegrown version of the IPMCI are complete, which I'll henceforth refer to as the time machine. It should take me no less than 3 years to complete on my own, bearing any setbacks, of course. Okay. A couple of notebooks here. Okay, it's just starting over. Fishy. Somebody's taking good care of this fish. Lambert has to be around here. Plants. I don't think they're going to be useful. Bed. Bed as hard as a rock can't be good for a guy his age. Ooh. Ooh, we can actually take it. Lava lamp. Not much has changed. Can we plug this in? About the only logical thing to do. Whoa. Whoa, trippy. Hey, there's a bottle. That's weird. I don't think this bottle is made of glass. Even the cork seems to be painted. It definitely looks like metal. I wonder what's in these notebooks. July 18th. No progress this week. 2 months of cold nights since the immigrant broke my bedroom door, and last night I nearly got mauled by a bear, so I finally caved and bought new doors, or built new doors. I like to see him blunder his way through these. Still, I must admit, he gives entirely new meaning to the term idiot-proof. This one's dated July 3rd. It's the math. There's simply no fighting it. No way in hell I'm going to reliably generate the 1.21 gigawatts required to power the current design. I'm scrapping it, the whole thing. Time to start over. Going in circles and everything keeps bringing me back to the hardened handheld device that idiot showed me. How in blazes did I accomplish that? What idiot. Wait, I'm confused. Let's read on. October 21st, 93. Success. Using the salvage photo equipment I scavenged in March, I reduced the size of the circuits in the fabrication process by an order of magnitude. Once I redesign and reproduce the rest of the components, this thing should be able to run off a moderately sized diesel generator. It's still kind of big. There's one from 99. Oh, here we are. Truth be told, never imagined just celebrating the turn of the millennium on some godforsaken pile of dirt in the middle of a swamp. Never been one for parties, but given the chance, I'd give anything to make an ass of myself with a lampshade at some social gathering right now, rather than savoring the last moments of the year over yet another cabbage dinner and a last bottle of cheap Merlot. Alright, starting over again. And can't go out. So, it almost sounds to me like he was trying to recreate something that he created that he somehow found in the past. This sounds like some timey-wimey paradox crap is about to go down.
Far out.
Far out. There's a secret door. Let's go in.
Stop right there!
Lambert, don't shoot me.
Whoa, wait! Mr. Lambert, sir, it's me, Joe!
I don't know you. What are you doing in my house?
You sent me here, remember?
I've done no such thing. For an intruder, you're not very bright, you know that? For all the commotion you caused getting in here, you might as well have brought a bulldozer. Now, you have exactly 5 seconds to explain what you're doing here, or so help me God, I'm pulling this trigger and sending you on your way. 5.
I was sent here.
4.
By you!
3.
You told me to find you, to warn you about the end of the world.
2.
You were old, with white hair, and you got shot. Oh, God, please don't shoot me, Mr. Lambert. You gave me this. It's an chrono. It's a time machine.
I gave you that?
Yes!
I've never seen anything like it. But on the back, that's my family signet. I made this. It's simply magnificent. I gave this to you? Why? Who are you?
Name's Joe, sir. I'm just a janitor at the Archon building. I found you in a room with a big round door in the basement labs this morning, and you were dying. You said you'd come from 40 years in the future to stop the end of the world. I guess I was the only one around, so you gave me this and told me to find you and tell you all this, and I've been there. The future, I mean. A bunch of times. And you were right, Mr. Lambert. Everyone's gone.
My God, so it did come to pass. They really did it, those greedy goddamn bastards. I told them this would happen. Wait, I was dying? How?
You said you'd been shot. I had to actually find you at the morgue to get this address.
Shot? By whom? No, wait. Don't say anything else. You succeeded in finding me, which means anything you tell me from this point on could alter the course of action that brought you to my doorstep. The less I know, the better. So, you've seen the future. What did you see?
It's like a bad dream, sir. Everyone's gone. Buildings are coming apart. It's all just quiet. What happened, Mr. Lambert?
It is Dr. Lambert. And considering all the effort you just went through to find me, not to mention bearing witness to the horrific outcome of the biggest breakthrough in the history of science, I suppose I owe you some kind of explanation.
True. True. You definitely do, Mr. Doctor Time Machine Man.
I was 24 when I got hired by Archon, or Athena as it was called back then. Athena was one of the many weapons R&D companies formed during the Second World War. Unlike other R&D companies that had retooled themselves to pursue peacetime activities after the war, Athena had made enough money to continue chasing the next big thing in defense technologies. They were betting the farm on post-war Soviet expansion, raising the level of government paranoia to create a lucrative market for esoteric weapons research. I'd say they made the right bet. Still a theoretical physicist at MIT, my thesis on the possibility of time travel via dimensional membranes got published shortly after I was hired in 1961. Company heads were so impressed, they gave me a team and a budget. Development exceeded even my own expectations, and after only 6 years, we had the first primitive version of the time machine up and running. Our first successful trials involved sending simple objects into the future with a timed return. But with Archon running out of money, that was all the company bigwigs needed to secure a big fat contract with the Department of Defense. Apparently, we had sold them on the idea that the technology could be used to go back in time and strangle communism in its cradle. The reality, of course, was that it couldn't. Due to the laws of causality, you can't travel back in time beyond the point where time travel was invented. And sooner or later, we had to explain that to our benefactors. When they started pushing for progress reports, Archon management had to come clean, but instead chose to ease government concerns by claiming the technology could be used to bring back advanced weapons from the future. But this, too, was a lie. At this point, we'd already had our first of many human trials, and we knew there would be no weapons. In fact, our results were as terrifying as they were baffling. Time pilots returned frenzied and confused, raving about empty streets and human remains. At first, we assumed the city had suffered a Soviet attack in the near future and had been evacuated as a result. But as we pushed on further, the terrible reality became clear. Time pilots started returning fatally ill, dying within a day or two from painful convulsions. Some never returned. We lost several pilots, machine prototypes, and other equipment. When the first contamination erupted in the lab, we were completely unprepared, losing 3 lab technicians to what we later identified as an incredibly aggressive airborne virus. Although we weren't equipped to handle biohazards of this magnitude, management insisted we contain and study it. To keep our pilots and the virus alive long enough to study, we co-opted experimental cryotechnology from another project, Lazarus, and established a makeshift virus lab. Once again, the bigwigs managed to spin our setbacks into a success story for the Department of Defense, now claiming that the virus could be cultivated for use as a biological weapon. The team threatened to resign, but outrage was swiftly quenched by promises of massive salary increases and stock options. I didn't take the bribe. I'd witnessed the lethal efficiency of the virus firsthand. I knew there was only one way this was going to end, so I handed in my resignation and set up shop out here. For over a year, I've been working to recreate the technology to bring me back in time and prevent mankind's extinction from ever happening. And now you're here, the harbinger of doom at my doorstep, wearing a boiler suit. Who could have imagined that Judgment Day would begin like any other Monday in May? In any case, unfathomable as it may be that you were able to bring this information to me, knowing is only half the battle. Preventing the outbreak will require more than just your tenacity.
Me? Wait, what?
Yes, I'm afraid I must rely on you one more time. You must go back to Archon and prevent the outbreak.
No, that's, I mean, I'm really honored and everything, but...
Believe me, you're the last person in the world I want to entrust with this, and I mean that quite literally. But by this time tomorrow, the entire city will have succumbed to chaos, panic, and death. You're here now, and you're all I've got.
Wait, but what about you? Can't you fix this, Doc? Don't you have a plan?
I can't go myself, because that would break the law of causality. The only reason you are here to warn me now is because I was there to send you. And the only reason I was there to send you is because I was able to bring my work to fruition here.
But...
We've no time to waste. It's the only way. You told me you found me this morning, correct?
Yes, but...
That means I failed to stop it, and the outbreak has already begun. The time pilot for today's trial must have brought the virus back from the future, which then somehow got out of the containment chamber and spread. That pilot is Patient Zero. I need you to destroy the supercomputer system controlling the time machine. All the research data is stored there too. You must destroy it before the time machine departs. I'm reconfiguring your device to send you back 1 day earlier. This should allow you ample time to return to Archon and get inside. On the other shore from here, about 500 yards down the road, is a rest stop. You'll find a van there, fueled and ready to go.
Oh, I already have a ride.
Which won't be there yesterday, you ninny. Now stop interrupting me. One last thing, and I need you to listen carefully because this is very, very important. Make sure you do not meet the earlier version of you.
Why? What will happen?
No one knows for sure. It's one of the conundrums not yet accounted for. There are theories, of course. None of them pleasant. Now, let's get you ready.
Okay.
How did I get myself into this? I nearly got killed trying to reach Dr. Lambert thinking he had a plan. And it turns out it's me. I'm the plan. At least I don't have to walk back. This van's not as cool as the ambulance, but it has its charm. And it sure was nice of him to pack me lunch. I wish he'd pack me a can opener for the beans, though. And some gas for the Bunsen burner. But I'm sure I'll think of something. I've got several hours of driving ahead of me after all. It'll be almost morning before I get to Archon. I just hope I have enough time.
The night before. Chapter 8. Outside Archon. Well, that was an interesting story, and a hell of a plot twist. So, with that all done, we'll hold off the rest of this for the next episode. If you liked this video, hit the like button. It helps. If you didn't like the video, hit the dislike button. Tell me what you want me to do different, why you didn't like it. Make sure you subscribe for more daily content. Throw your comments down below, and I'll see you in the next episode.